So why Afropolitan360? I think that the concept in itself is a great one because just like everybody knows, the reference to Barack Obama is always as African American as opposed to African, Kenyan to be exact. I think that the diaspora, especially in North America, makes your African heritage disappear because then you are misidentified as African American, whereas you have a very strong cultural imperatives that you still imbibe. If you're Kenyan American, obviously you deal with that culture. If you're Yoruba, for example, you deal with that culture. If you're Zulu or from Senegal or Watusi or any of the numerous tribes or cultures that exist within the African continent, in North America, it begins to seem that there's only one category for you, which is African American, and that can be so very wrong. So a show that highlights Africans a show that highlights the contributions Africans in the diaspora have made or are making in their various communities will be one that will be very well received. I mean, just think about it. What would it be like if Barack Obama's, identity, cultural identity is always recognized in every story that's written or shown about him? That in itself is transformational for the African continent, because then you begin to see people have a different outlook, a different perspective, a different concept of what it is to be African. Because you see it in your next door neighbor, you see it in your president, you see it in your community leader, you see it in the governor of your state or in your state senator. These are the images that in essence will help to both transform Africans in the diaspora and also the images of Africa and Africans in the continent. It also provides a means where even Africans on the continent can better understand what it is to be an African in the diaspora because they begin to see the positive contributions these Africans are making in their various communities. So I think as a show in itself, I believe it will be well received both by the diaspora community. I think it will be well received on the African continent because then it provides them with legitimate information. And then also even the wider world audience, I am sure that there's so much that they don't know, they don't see, and this will be a good way in which they can understand that.